At our anniversary dinner, the night that should have felt like a celebration of love, my world began to crack the moment my wife walked into the restaurant wearing a smile that didn't belong to her anymore, a smile too polished, too controlled, like someone rehearsing for a role that didn't involve me, and before I even sat down, something inside my chest whispered that tonight wasn't going to be a celebration, it was going to be an execution, and I didn't even know I was the one being walked to. The edge. The lights were low, golden, romantic, the kind of lighting meant to make memories shine, but in her eyes I saw a flicker that wasn't warmth. No, it was distance, a quiet cruelty. I forced a smile, pretending everything was normal, but normal had died months ago and I was too blind to bury it. She studied me for a moment with an expression that felt like pity or regret or maybe the thrill of holding a knife behind her back, and when she finally gave that slow smirk, my heartbeat stuttered like it already knew disaster had been invited to dinner. "You look nervous," she said, voice sweet enough to rot teeth, and when I asked why she was smiling like that, she leaned in just a little, candlelight dancing in her eyes as if the flame itself knew the storm that was about to be unleashed, and then she whispered, "Because tonight, everything changes." My stomach dropped. It wasn't what she said, it was how she said it, like she already knew my life was about to collapse and she was preparing to step out of the wreckage untouched. She picked up her glass with steady hands while mine trembled, and then as if ripping open the gates of hell, she spoke the sentence that tore through my soul like glass. "I haven't been alone these past few months." The air snapped. Every sound in the restaurant faded. My breath caught like someone had punched it out of me. Before I could even respond, she added, "And I wasn't planning to tell you yet. But since we're here, since it's a special night, maybe you finally deserve the truth." My heart hammered so loud I could hear it in my teeth. Her lips curled, not in guilt but pride, like someone proud of the destruction they'd crafted. "There's someone else," she said, every syllable slicing clean through my chest. "Someone who makes me feel alive in a way I forgot I could." Alive. That word hit harder than a slap. She watched me break with a chilling calmness, then continued, "His name is Ethan." The room spun. Ethan, the man she said was just a colleague, the man she said was happily taken, the man she insisted was not her type. My throat closed. My pulse shook. Memories crashed, her sudden late nights, her quick phone hides, her distant kisses, her meaningless excuses, and suddenly everything made sense in a way that made me want to scream. But she didn't stop. No, she had more poison to spill. "I didn't plan for it," she said, eyes cold. "But you and we've been dying for a while. I just found someone who reminded me what being wanted feels like." Wanted. Another knife twisting. I wanted to shout, demand answers, run, anything. But I was paralyzed while she continued tearing apart the last pieces of my heart. "Ethan makes me feel something I haven't felt with you in years," she whispered, leaning closer like she wanted to savor every second of my collapse. "And I can't keep living two lives." 2 lives. Months of betrayal disguised as routine. I could barely breathe, but she wasn't finished destroying me. She delivered the final blow with the same softness a mother uses to calm a child. "He wants me to move in with him. And after tonight, I think I'm going to say yes." The words didn't just hurt, they annihilated me from the inside out. I stared at the woman I promised forever to, the woman I would have destroyed kingdoms for, and all I saw was a stranger wearing my wife's face, a stranger who had already left me long before she confessed. My vision blurred, but I didn't want her to see me cry, yet she did, and the worst part was the faint flicker of satisfaction in her eyes when she saw the tears she caused. She tried to touch my hand, maybe out of pity or habit or guilt, I don't even know, but I pulled away like her fingers were fire. She frowned, annoyed rather than sorry. "Can't we talk like adults?" she asked, as if she hadn't just gutted me alive in a public restaurant. My chair scraped loudly as I stood. I felt hollow, dead, but also strangely awake, like something inside me had finally snapped into clarity. She looked up, confused, maybe expecting me to beg or collapse or fight for her, but all I said was, "You already chose your life. Now I'm choosing mine." Her eyes widened, not with remorse but fear, because she didn't expect me to walk away. She expected the man she manipulated, the man she betrayed, the man she thought would cling to whatever crumbs she left behind. But I didn't give her a second glance. I left her sitting there with her guilt and her lies and her hollow heart, left her with the man she destroyed everything for, left her with the truth she finally unveiled like a trophy. And as I stepped out into the cold night air, something inside me broke. But something else awakened, a silence so powerful it felt like rebirth. My world collapsed, but I didn't. She thought her confession would end me. She was wrong. It ended us. And I walked away carrying the one thing she could never take back: my self-respect.